The FBI says they successfully foiled plans for an ISIS-inspired terrorist attack that was to be carried out using hammers and knives in North Carolina on New Year's Eve. Christian Sturdivant, 18, of Mint Hill, North Carolina, was arrested and charged with attempting to provide material support to a foreign terrorist organization. Here's more.
What we found was a manifesto, which the federal complaint alleges contained detailed plans to execute a massacre on New Year's Eve as people shop, for the holidays. The JTTF collected evidence showing he turned his back on his country and his fellow citizens by pledging allegiance to ISIS with the intent of becoming a martyr. We allege Sturdivant was willing to sacrifice himself by committing a terrorist attack using knives and a hammer to support the murder, torture, and extreme violence that ISIS represents.
Sturdivant was not yet entered into a plea on the charges. He was arrested on Wednesday, New Year's Eve, and made his first court appearance on Friday. Sturdivant came on the FBI's radar initially in 2022 when, as a juvenile, he was in contact with an unidentified ISIS member overseas and took steps to carry out an attack with a hammer. He was not charged in that incident and instead underwent psychological treatment, according to law enforcement officials.
So Mr. Sturdivant started on the internet. He started reading ISIS material, started going to ISIS websites, making TikTok videos, and eventually reached out to what he thought was a member of ISIS. In reality, it was an undercover agent with NYPD in New York. He pledged his allegiance to ISIS with that undercover agent, and he disclosed his plans to, quote, do jihad soon. He then met a second undercover with the FBI, who he also thought was an ISIS participant, and he started to be very specific with his plans. He talked with that undercover agent, again, who he thought was ISIS. He talked about where he was planning to do this attack, which was at a grocery store and a fast food restaurant in Mint Hill, places that we go every day and don't think that we may be harmed. He talked about what means he would use to kill innocent people. He said he was going to wear a Kevlar vest and attack people with knives and hammers. And of course, he talked about when he was going to carry out this attack, which was New Year's Eve.